guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video of 2019. Well, technically my first video that I'm filming in 2019. As you guys can see, I have my bake on and you guys already know what that means. Of course, I am doing 3 looks using one palette and I'm super excited for this look. I hope you guys did have a great holiday and a great new year. Actually, the reason why I'm doing 3 looks using this one particular palette that I'm going to be showing you guys is because it was a look that I did for New Year's Eve and it was really requested for me to do a tutorial doing this look because I shared it on my Instagram and you guys really ended up liking it. I honestly was surprised with the amount of feedback that I got back for. So I decided, because I wanted to do a video on this anyways, to just do 3 different looks using one eyeshadow palette, because you guys know that is one of my favorite things to do on this channel because it just really shows the versatility of an eyeshadow palette all in one video. So anyways, really quick before I jump into this, I just wanted to share with you guys one of my New Year's resolutions, just to put it out there into the world and you guys can help me stay accountable for it. But and also I would love to hear what your guys' New Year's resolutions are as well. One of my New Year's resolutions is to really staying on top of my YouTube channel and making sure that I do get a video up for you guys consistently, the same day, the same time, every week. So let me know what day of the week you guys think is best for me to drop a video. If I can do more than 1 video a week, that would be even better. I am going to try to do as many videos as possible. So even though I might have a jam-packed schedule sometimes, I definitely am gonna do my best to push through it and be able to create content for you guys to be able to watch and try to get better at editing the video as soon as I film it, so that way I can get it up faster for you guys instead of waiting a week or 2 and then by that time I'm on to the next one. Without further ado, let's jump into the palette that we're gonna do 3 different looks with. So I'm sure you guys already know what palette it is that I'm going to be using. The palette that I'm going to be doing 3 different looks with is a new palette that came out with Colourpop. It actually was their last eyeshadow palette that they launched in 2018. And this is in collaboration with iluvsarahii. This is, I think, their 3rd collab that they've come out with. So this is the Through My Eyes eyeshadow palette. So she's done quads before when they had like the single eyeshadows in that little palette, but she hasn't done an actual eyeshadow palette. So she did the 15 pan just like Makeup Shayla. So I have used this palette twice already and I'm so in love with this palette, guys. So this is what it looks like. It has your mirror up here and then these are the beautiful shades. So a lot of people were saying that this looked a lot like the Becky G eyeshadow palette with Colourpop, and that this also looked like a new one that they came out with called Rendezvous. But honestly, when you look at this in camera, it does look similar because of the green shades, but these are more of a like foresty green, while the colors in those were more of a teal. And these also have just a lot more warm tones in them, but they also have this really beautiful formula. I think there's 3 different eyeshadows that have that really pretty formula. It's like this really pretty glittery iridescent shade. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just an eyeshadow full of a bunch of glitter, and I wish Colourpop would make more eyeshadows in that formula because I'm obsessed with that formula. It comes with 15 eyeshadows. I believe this eyeshadow palette retails for $22. I might be mistaken. It's totally worth every single penny. This palette is probably by far my most favorite eyeshadow palette that Colourpop has ever come out with. The color scheme is very unique. Yes, there are some neutrals, but there's not a whole bunch. They're more like mauves and jewel tones and your pops of like warm tone in there as well. And this green, guys, I have never found a green that blends out as well as this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into the 3 different looks that I have in mind using this eyeshadow palette. So if you guys want to see how to get the most out of your Through My Eyes eyeshadow palette, then continue watching. So we're going to start off with the shade called Canela, and we're going to go ahead and take that and apply this into the crease with this fluffy blending brush. And you can make this as messy as you want. And then I'm going to take a smaller crease brush and I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Wild Soul and apply that just on top just to add a little bit more warmth to the look. Then I'm taking the shade Euphoric and I'm taking that on a pointed taper brush and I'm going to apply that in the inner and outer corner. And we're going to do a really soft halo eye today. So I'm going to take the shade Muse with a flat synthetic brush and apply that into the center of the the eyelid. As you can see, it's this really beautiful shimmery glittery shade, and I'm going to take a little bit more of Mesmerize, and I'm just going to take that with my fingers so that way the glitter really shows up and you can see the difference between one eye and the other. Then I'm just going to go ahead and apply some mascara because, like I said, I want this to be a softer eye look. I did wipe off my bake as well. Then I'm taking Canela again and I'm putting that on my lower lash line just to go ahead and smoke that out and make it look nice and smoky. And then I'm taking the shade Muse and I'm going to apply that right in the center of the eye just to really create that really pretty halo look. Then I'm taking in a Wink and I'm applying that on my brow bone just to go ahead and highlight it. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Lucido and I'm going to put that in the inner corner of the eyelid just to make it pop. Put a little bit of lower lash mascara just to complete the eye look. And then I'm going to take Ofra Havana Nights and Morphe Bite Me lip liner, and this is the finished look. It's a really pretty orangey look. I think it's going to be perfect for transitioning into spring. I know that for some people it's not spring where they live, but in Florida it basically is. So this is the first look. Then for the second look, we're going to go ahead and take Nostalgia, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that into the crease with that fluffy brush, and just like I said before, make that really nice and smoky. Then I'm going to take Misbehave, and I'm going to take that on a pointed taper brush and apply that into the crease. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of create a winged out shape because I want this to be more of a cat eye type of look but softer. So then I'm going to take some of that Misbehave shade as well and put it in the outer corner of the eyelid just to connect that little winged out shape that we're creating. Then I'm going to take some of the shade Divina on a Morphe M507 brush and I'm going to start that on my lower lash line and I'm going to kind of wing it out. And then I'm going to connect that into my crease and I'm going to really create that wing shape that I want. So I'm using this brush since it is smaller. I can really get really precise and make the shape that I want. Then I'm just going to blend everything out with that Misbehave shade again and kind of go back and forth between building up the Divina shade and the Misbehave shade. Then I'm just going to blend everything together and then I'm going to take LOMO, which is Love of My Life. I'm going to apply that onto my lid. And I started applying it with this flat synthetic brush, but I felt like it wasn't really showing up as much. So then later on, I'm going to take a smaller brush, and that kind of helped to build up the intensity of it a bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Nocturne, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that in between where that red and that purple kind of meet, just to help blend everything together. Then I'm just taking that purple shade and blending it inwards. Then I'm taking some of my baking powder and this Morphe brush just to go ahead and clean up that wing and make it look nice and sharp. Gonna take some of In a Wink and put that on my underneath my brow bone, and then take some of these ritzy eyelashes, and this really just helps to complete the look. And since I put so much baking powder underneath, I'm just reapplying my highlight. And as you guys can see, when I blink, you can see some of the lash glue. It did take a little while for it to dry, and that's totally okay. You can put black eyeliner on top just to kind of help mask that. And then I'm taking some of the Nocturne shade, putting that on my lower lash line, some of the Lucido shade, and I'm putting that in my inner corner, and a little bit of this Pixi highlighter just to really make it blinding. Then for lips, I'm taking iluvsarahii times Colourpop Mamacita, and then I'm also taking Thrive Cosmetics lip gloss. I forget the name of this one, but it's this really pretty berry shade just to really make this nice and vampy. I absolutely loved this second look. I think it is absolutely perfect. I loved how everything just went together. Then as you guys can see, that red shade did kind of stain my eyelids a little bit, but it's okay. It did wear off the next day, just letting you guys know. And then I'm taking MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and I'm going to apply that as my base. And mine was a little bit dried out, so I really had to rub it in and blend it out. And I did have to set it with a little bit of translucent powder because when I first started trying to apply some of the eyeshadow, it got kind of cakey and wasn't like blending out as well. So then I took the shade Wild Soul and I applied that into my crease. This is the New Year's Eve look, by the way. So then I'm going to take some of Misbehave and I'm taking that on a long pointed taper brush and I'm going to apply that underneath the Wild Soul color just to really deepen up the crease and add some nice depth and dimension. And as you guys can see, I'm taking a little bit at a time and building up that color. Then I'm taking some of the shade Moody and I'm applying that on my lower or on my outer corner. And this, you really have to build it up and take your time with it, because since it is so pigmented, you can go out of hand. So then after I get somewhat of the shape that I want, just to kind of define it a little more, I'm taking the M507 brush in that same shade and just really creating that little wing. So this is similar to the last look that we created, but it just goes in a little further than the other look. So as you can see, I'm taking that green all the way into the inner corner of my eye, blending everything out. And this look just kind of takes a little bit of back and forth blending. And then I'm taking some of the Emerald Dream shade and I'm applying that right in between, in the middle of the eyelid. And then I'm blending in some of that Moody shade into that Emerald Dream shade. And then I'm just blending everything out with my Bokeshi brush. And my camera did overheat, so I did do my lips already and finished one eye. You guys can see what the eye looks like. So I went ahead and took the shade Muse and I took that on this Bokeshi eyelid brush, and I'm just applying that on the inner part of my eyelid, taking a little bit of Mesmerize and putting that right on top just to add a little bit of sparkle. And then I'm just really making sure that underneath my eyes has a lot of setting powder, because I am going to go ahead and put some glitter on. But before I put the glitter, I am going to line my eyes with this Essence Beauty Super Matte Eyeliner. I absolutely love this. I think this is a good dupe formula wise for the NYC liquid liner that everybody loved, and it's about the same price point too. I did get this at Ulta, just in case if you were wondering. So I'm just going and doing a nice little wing here, nothing too dramatic or crazy, since we are going to apply the glitter. I want the glitter to be the star of the show. So then I'm taking some of my Too Faced glitter glue, warming up on the back of my hand, taking my ring finger to apply it wherever it is that I want the glitter to be. And then I'm taking some of the NYX teal glitter. I take some onto the eyelid, or onto the lid of the glitter, and then I'm taking a flat synthetic brush and I'm just going to apply that wherever I put that glitter glue down on. So I'm kind of doing that on top of that green that we already put down as our base, just to kind of create like an outer V glittery look. And just to make sure the glitter blends in with the rest of the eyeshadow, I'm taking some of the Emerald Dream on my fingertip and just blending out the edges with it. And I'm being very, very gentle not to disturb any of the glitter. Then I'm taking some of the Moody shade and applying that on my lower lash line to go ahead and smoke that out. And then taking Nostalgia just to make sure that there's no harsh lines underneath there. And then I'm taking some black eyeliner and lining the inner part of my waterline. And then I'm taking a little bit of Lucido again, and I'm putting that into my inner tear duct. And then I'm taking Origami Jelly Much eyeshadow from Colourpop, and I'm applying that onto the inner part of my eye just to really make it pop. Then I'm taking some of my Kiss number 11 lashes, and then I went ahead and put Sueño de Coco by Colourpop times iluvsarahii, and then this is called Glass, I think, from iluvsarahii and Colourpop as well. And I'm just making sure there's no baking powder underneath, and then I'm going to go ahead and use some setting spray, since I did use so much powder, just to make sure that powder really melts into my skin, because I was feeling it a little bit dry. And this is the third and final look. I hope you guys did enjoy these 3 looks with this eyeshadow palette. I absolutely recommend it. If you guys are thinking about getting it, definitely pick it up. Let me know which one of these 3 looks was your favorite down below in the comment sections, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then.